up, everyone? It's me, Stef the Alter Nerd, your nerdy alternative, and welcome to another episode of Alter Philosophy, where we use ethical theories and ideas to find out if our favourite characters from film and TV are really good or really bad. Just remember, though, one person's bad guy is another person's good guy. Morality can be relative. Today, though, is a different kind of episode. Last week, Britney Spears spoke her truth as to her experiences underneath the conservatorship imposed on her. To say that it was harrowing, listening to her testimony, is an understatement. It was like, with this conservatorship, in my opinion, ethics and morality seemed to have flown right out of the window. So it made me want to research into what the ethical and moral standards are for such a conservatorship in the US. Now, disclaimer here. I am not a legal eagle. I am no expert in the law whatsoever. I do know a little bit about ethics and philosophy, though. My educational background, well, my university degree is based on the ethics and philosophy of international terrorism and security studies, so there is that. In my research, I came across this paper that was presented in 1989 to the US House of Representatives Select Committee on Aging, called Model Standards for Guardianship and Representative Payee Programs. It lays out 9 fundamental principles that relate directly to the ethical considerations that conservators should abide by when having someone under their control. Including testimony from Britney Spears herself, they are: Principle number 1, to actively look out for alternatives to conservatorships where possible.
I want changes, and I want changes going forward. I deserve changes. I was told I have to sit down and be evaluated again if I want to end the conservatorship. Ma'am, I didn't know I could petition the conservatorship to end it. I'm sorry for my ignorance, but I honestly didn't know that.
Principle 2. With the person under their care, the conservator must work together with them with the aim of making them self-reliant and independent. In other words, to not prolong the conservatorship, but work towards limiting and ultimately ending it when it's no longer required.
And maybe I'm wrong, and that's why I didn't want to say any of this to anybody, to the public, because I thought people would make fun of me or laugh at me and say, she's lying, she's got everything, she's Britney Spears. I'm not lying. I just want my life back, and it's been 13 years, and it's enough. It's been a long time since I've owned my money, and it's my wish and my dream for all of this to end without being tested.
Principle 3. The conservator must act within the best interests of the person in their care and to try and follow the wishes and desires of the person in their care so long as it does no harm to them.
The people who did this to me should not get away and to be able to walk away so easily. Recap. I was on tour in 2018. I was forced to do. My management said if I don't do this tour, I will have to find an attorney, and by contract, my own management could sue me if I didn't follow through with the tour. He handed me a sheet of paper as I got off the stage in Vegas and said I had to sign it. It was very threatening and scary, and with the conservatorship, I couldn't even get my own attorney, so out of fear, I went ahead and I did the tour.
Principle 4. The conservator must create and maintain an environment for the person in their care to inhibit. That is, the most normalized, least restrictive, and provides opportunity for the person in their care to gain independence and autonomy.
I'd like for my boyfriend to be able to drive me in his car. And I want to meet with a therapist once a week, not twice a week. And I want him to come to my home because I actually know I do need a little therapy. I was told, hold on. I think that's, and I would like to progressively move forward, and I want to have the real deal. I want to be able to get married and have a baby. I was told right now in the conservatorship, I'm not able to get married or have a baby.
Principle 5. The conservator cannot go beyond their authority as laid out by the courts. They also cannot disobey the laws and regulations placed upon them within their conservatorship role.
Ma'am, my dad and anyone involved in this conservatorship and my management who played a huge role in punishing me when I said, no, ma'am, they should be in jail.
Principle number 6. The person under the care of the conservatorship are entitled to equal protection and safeguard.
Or when the Dr. Benson, the man that died, I went to a place similar to what I went to in Westlake, which was very exposed and really bad. Like, is identical to Dr. Benson, who died, the one who illegally, yes, 100% abused me by the treatment he gave me. And to be totally honest with you, when he passed away, I got on my knees and thanked God.
Principle 7. The person under the care of the conservatorship will have access to services that they require, no matter what their finances are like.
Also took a year during COVID to get me any self-care methods during COVID. She said there were no services available. She's lying, ma'am. My mom went to the spa twice in Louisiana during COVID. For a year, I didn't have my nails done, no hairstyling and no massages, no acupuncture, nothing for a year. I saw the maids in my home each week with their nails done different each time.
Principle 8. The person under the care of the conservatorship must be treated with dignity and respect.
I packed my bags and went to that place. I worked 7 days a week, no days off, which in California, the only similar thing to this is called sex trafficking, making anyone work against their will, taking all their possessions away, credit card, cash, phone, passport card, and placing them in a home where they work with the people who live with them. They all lived in the house with me, the nurses, the 24/7 security. There was one chef that came there and cooked for me daily during the weekdays. They watched me changed every day naked, morning, noon, and night.
And finally, principle number 9. The conservator must keep all affairs of the person in their care confidential, except for the following circumstances: when they're reporting to the court, when it's in the best interest of the person in their care to disclose such information, or when the person in their care has provided informed consent, where capable to do so, to disclose such information.
Number 1, I'm scared of people. I don't trust people with what I've been through. And the clever setup of being in Westlake, one of the most exposed places in Westlake, which yesterday, paparazzi showed me coming out of the place literally crying in therapy. It's embarrassing and it's demoralizing. I deserve privacy when I go. I deserve privacy when I go and have therapy, either at my home, like I've done for 8 years. They've always come to my home. Or when the Dr. Benson, the man that died, I went to a place similar to what I went to in Westlake, which was very exposed and really bad.
Going through these principles, the issue is that when you take away a person's right to make their own health decisions, decide where to live, where to go, even handle their own money, it becomes apparent that intentions and goals can be conflicting between the conservator and the person in their care. To abide by these high ethical standards and principles, this means that when a conservator makes decisions on behalf of the person in their care, they must do so without any self-interest whatsoever. Based on Britney's testimony, does it sound like her father has done that? And after everything that I've discussed in this video, it comes down to this. In my opinion, it is clear to me that the conservators in Britney's situation have fallen short of the 9 ethical and moral principles that they should abide by. And again, in my opinion, a clear conflict of interest has arisen, and the need for control over a powerful woman with millions of dollars within her estate has proven to be, for some, extremely hard to resist. Ultimately, a conservatorship should not be an insidious prison. It should be a means to an end to help the person in your care to become self-sufficient, independent, and free. Hashtag free Britney. Now, if you've gotten this far, thank you very much. If you can, please subscribe to join the Alter Nerd tribe. Like, share, comment, all of that good stuff. And until the next time, you guys, laters.